Good morning. We are so excited to welcome a guest who knows just a thing or two about mixing passion with forecasting. She's a former national meteorologist and now bringing weather into the kitchen as a weather chef. I like the sound of this.
I am so excited to talk to her. Jackie McBride joining us now. Jackie, I love your social media. You have such an interesting story. Starting as a national meteorologist, you've done it all. I mean, New York City, Miami, LA. Now you're taking us into the kitchen. Thanks for being here. Tell us a little more about your journey.
Thank you so much, Jane and Michael. I'm so happy to be here. Yeah, I was a meteorologist on TV for about 15 years. And then after I had my first daughter, Bridget, I just wanted to stay home. I didn't want to be in the studio all day. I wanted to raise her. So I found myself in the kitchen a lot cooking. I have a husband who's very picky about what he eats, and I was just cooking fresh, seasonal, organic food for my daughter and now my son as well. And then I realized I was cooking not just seasonally, but for the weather. And I think everyone does that. If it's raining, you want a soup or a stew in the fall or the winter, and then in the summer, you want something lighter. So it was just kind of a natural, organic transition. And then now it's kind of just become a second career for me.
Absolutely. And, Jackie, question for you. Where we are here in New York City, you're in Marco Island. It got to 103 degrees at Newark Liberty International Airport, just a stone's throw from New York. We're in the middle of summertime, so I'm curious if you have any good summertime recipes that are quick and easy, just so that we can prepare for the summertime heat.
For you guys, for sure. I actually have the salmon recipe that goes really well. It's got citrus in it and everything, and that's great for a really hot day. It's actually cooler here in Marco Island. So for the 4th, I'm actually doing a clam bake, and I don't know if you're familiar, if you've spent much time in the South. They're really big on crab boils or crawfish boils. So it's kind of my take, a cross between that and a New England clam bake. But the problem with both of those dishes is it's a lot of work, it's a lot of prep, a lot of cleanup. You've got to boil a lot of water, and it takes time. So with my clam bake, I do it on the grill, and I do it all using a tinfoil boat that I call. That's probably the hardest part of the recipe, is just making this tinfoil kind of contraption, but you really can't go wrong. As long as all of the ingredients go into that, then you've got it. And it goes on the grill. It cooks on the grill in 15 minutes. So it's really quick. There's no cleanup. You can eat out of the tinfoil boat. And I just like it because you can spend time with friends and family. And I love kind of being on the grill for the 4th of July. I'm not opposed to burgers or hot dogs either. That's always a good thing. But this kind of changes it up and makes it special. So what I use is about a pound of clams. Now, if you don't like clams, you can use shrimp, you can use any kind of seafood, shrimp, scallops, lobster tail if you really want to go all out. And then you use potatoes, like a very typical crab boil with potatoes, corn. You cannot forget the Old Bay seasoning, some white wine, of course, maybe more for drinking if you want to. Yeah, you just kind of throw it all together, mix it up. I love an easy recipe. And you can see there in the picture, those are all the ingredients. The one thing I would say is, because I take out the step of boiling the potatoes, put those on the bottom so they cook up the fastest. And then, and then you just kind of squeeze some lemon in there. I mean, I'm to the point where I don't really measure things out. I just sprinkle the Old Bay.
The testament of a true chef right there, Jackie. Right? You can eyeball it at this point. I'm still using the measuring cups and whatnot. But I want to talk more about this intersection, this passion that you had, of course, bringing weather and then cooking together. How do you use that background of meteorology when planning some of your meals? I liked what you said before. Certain weather does invoke cravings for certain types of food.
Well, I mean, as you guys know, it's like we love the weather. I am still a weather nerd, so I'm always paying attention to the tropics. I'm always watching you guys. I mean, I could watch Fox Weather all day and be content. So yeah, I just always know what's going on with the weather just because I'm interested in it. And then it just kind of is a natural thing to pay attention to the seasons and the weather, and whatever that weather is making you feel. It's just natural to eat that way. I always joke that the two questions I've been asked most in my life is what's the weather and what's for dinner? And, I think everyone is, every mom, I mean, everyone's asked that. So, you got to know the weather before you head out the door. And then everyone wants to know what's for dinner. So I feel like I'm doing this already in my life, so it's not really work at this point. I've just made it into work.
It's so inspiring. I love this.
You've married two passions together, is what I'm hearing. Jackie, listen, Jane and I are going to fly out to Marco Island one of these days. Just let us know what to bring. And Jackie, I got to ask this because you are literally making my mouth water and salivate as you talk about all the different flavorful foods you put together. Do you have a place that I can find like your recipe? And from what I understand, you also have awesome gardening tips and all that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just go to theweatherchef.com, and I've got gardening tips. I've actually made this new website where you can put in where you are. So you put in your zip code, or it can automatically pull up to what city you are in. It'll give you your forecast. Then you pick your season, so summer, so you can click on summer. And then because you have your forecast, you'll click on mostly cloudy, rain, and it will pull up a recipe for your exact season and your climate. And then you get a recipe.
I love that. That's incredible. Jackie, this has been so fun to talk to you, to learn more about, this passion of weather and food and how it's been joined together. And we look forward to learning more and seeing more of your cooking here on Fox Weather. So thanks for hanging out with us this morning.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's been so much fun.